our video series, Evidence of Bigfoot. Stick around, it's going to be fun. Welcome to Evidence of Bigfoot, Volume 1, Episode 1, where we do our best to peel away all the idealistics of Bigfoot, like understanding tracks, like understanding tree structures and other formalities like that. So these series and these episodes are going to be teaching everybody out there, like, what is a tree, what is a tree structure, what is a tree knock, So it's basically a learning curve to teach everybody and understand what's natural, what's not natural, and bring more smartness to it than what it is to be. Everybody makes it out to be. So enjoy. We're going to be going into this one area here, Indian Pipeline area near Bradford here, Pennsylvania, and we're going to see what we can dig up. This episode is all about learning about tracks and also tree structures and what they mean, and tree bends and what they mean. So we're going to teach. It's like going to be like classrooms. So get your books and sit down and get ready to take notes, because it's going to be a fun time. Keep it squatchy. Woohoo! Our first spot. We got Devin here with us, and hopefully we find some good evidence for you guys. Alright folks, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking areas like this here for any tracks, any possible tracks, or that Bigfoot's in the area. Also, we're going to look at different tree anomalies, like stuff like this, where that rock shoved up in there, but that's all about erosion there. I see a tire there. See, like this here, people would be skeptic on this here with this tree bending over into this area. Like, what would cause that? That looks like weather. It's been there a while. That's really weather related. I mean, it's a possibility that something put something there, but I think that's more of a weather related thing. But this is weird though. Devin just found this, so okay, so alright, well, we just found this tree going down over to this area here. Is that a full tree? Is it just like fallen? Okay. Oh, it looks like a root. Yeah, that's an actual tree that was in the ground and it was pushed over like this, or fell over. But it doesn't make some sense, because right there's that tree that I just showed you that crossed, and then here's another tree that comes down like this. This is almost like a directional point, like it's saying this way. If you want to think Bigfoot. If you want to think Bigfoot, this would be more of a directional point of interest. Yeah, that looks like a root that was twisted out of the ground. Like twisted and broke off. Yeah, that was in the ground and it was twisted and broke off. Yeah, the other roots probably deep down inside the ground. The same way with that. Yeah, so something came up this way maybe and push that over. See, I'm looking for any more directional. You understand about directional, like This is down here, and that's right there, and then whatever's. I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't know. I mean, it's up in the air for this one. So the evidence on this one is probably about, what do you think, 70% squatch? Probably 70% squatch for this. So eventually, I want to do trivias too, and you can win one of our newer shirts we're going to be putting together here pretty soon. See, those are bends, the bows, but that looks almost like where this tree is fallen and that bent. Interesting. You see over there another bend. Okay, so these are called tree bends, guys and gals, and we try to figure out what really causes them. Most of the time, it's weather that causes most of all of this, but there's still a chance that it's squatch or somebody or some kind of a humanoid of some sort. See, like those bends there that come down, it looks like almost like that tree has fallen and pulled them down on there, or it looks like they were attached under there. A lot of gnats. Ooh, right here. We got a break right here. See this, folks? Right here. Squatchy type break because it's high up. You know, he went along, probably came down, and Devin's got something down there I'm going to check out. But you got a waterway right here, boys, girls. Most sightings of Bigfoot have been in waterways, areas, creeks, streams, you name it.
All that weird weed and stuff. Then you got this weirdness. The mark you just saw the water.
Okay, so Devin, apparently, you know, this is about 10 foot high, maybe 9.5 feet high. But if you got Bigfoot, he would stretch up even further if you put his hand up, right? Grab it, break it down. But this is odd, though, guys, that we're looking at. And a little bit of break here up to the top there and comes down. And it's a possible marking. And see, here's the thing, that Bigfoot would do stuff like this and nobody would know, just other squatches. So when you always look at stuff like this, you want to look around if there's other things, you know, if there's other structures or weird stuff. And there is, like this here. Look at this. Look at this coming down here, like this. Coming down here. That's been shoved in the ground. And then you got this here. You got this here. All packed. You know, all packed. And they're like that. And then you have over here this tree snapped in the middle. So basically you would look at this like, okay, why are they doing it here? Well, there's a spring running right down through here. So this could be an identification of, hey, there's water here, water source. Come here, check this out, you know. And it's just the way it is. And there's frogs. I just seen a frog jump in there as well. So, I mean, definitely interesting. Do I say 100% squatch? Do you say 100%? I say it's the higher chances for sure because of all of this. I mean, that can't be naturally done like this, packed up like that. But it is very interesting indeed, folks. You know, stuff when you find stuff like this. Alright, so we're following this little creek here. You always, when you're in an area like this, you always want to look on the sides to see if there's any like squatchy type prints or anything that looks human possible. Alright, so we got this here, pulling down these trees here. Made this bow. Yeah, this looks fresh and it looks like it broke off. Hit these trees and fell down that way.
Pulled down under and around that tree right here.
Okay, that's odd. Okay, so
That's broke off and pulled down underneath there.
okay. So we're looking at this, how this developed. Oh yeah, that means that something was over here pulling them up.
Yeah.
So this was, it looks really threaded underneath, folks, and then that looks like it's pulled up. Oh yeah, and this is intertwined. See how this is intertwined, folks? Like this, twisted a little bit.
It's like this one's from here.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Swamp's right there, and the creek's right there.
So to split away, you know, this is another characteristic of a squatch. What he would do, he would utilize actually something that fell down, and then he would utilize something like this to identify an area. Basically, what I'm trying to say, folks, is they would do this, and it looks natural. That's what they do. They do weird stuff like that. And then to the normal human eye, they would never know, you know. But if you're actually looking for Bigfoot and you have been studying the hypotheses and everything of Bigfoot, then you can put together a lot of stuff. Especially this. Look at this opening here. And see, it's high based, so basically something really tall can come through here without any struggle through this area. So this looks like a trail that literally was utilized with something very big. And then, you know, come here, pull this over, and then continue walking down this way to head that way, because it's so high, you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't interfere in anything. Just walk right through. Very interesting. Indeed. See, this comes right up here. That somebody just blasted out a whole bunch of shots. And then basically that's that in that area. So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to walk this road up this way and see if we see anything. That could be from a vehicle coming down this road and then breaking that. Or it could be from somebody marking the trails as they walk up the trail, but I don't really think that is a squatch for sure. But we're walking this road here. We're going to walk a little bit further up in here and see if we see anything. And then we're going to go down into the Allegheny State Park and see if there's anything happening. Alright, we're checking this area, this little mud hole up here, because this is where we found a track last year. Lucas did actually, in this mud hole up in here. I don't really see anything in here right now. That looks like a bear right here, this print here. All in the sinking mud. This is what you want to look for. When you're looking for tracks, you want to go into an area that's in the woods, like a wet area, soggy area. And you'll be surprised on the tracks that you see in there. We found some tree structures, nothing major. Devin found some tree structures as well. So what do you give this area, man? I mean, for right now.
50.
Really? All right, Devin gives about 50. I give it about a 60, just because I just give it a 60. Going up a little higher than him. Yeah.
You didn't really see nothing. A lot of it looks like it's been there a while.
Yes.
So hopefully next time we come up here, there's more indicative that there could be a squatch.
Yes.
Still moving through the area.
All right, folks. So here we are, sitting down, eating a couple sandwiches, and hanging out right back of the vehicle. Just a way to get her done. All right, moving to the next area. Just to do a little bit of gandering before it gets dark. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're at the location where we last year we seen the gray Bigfoot over here in the Allegheny State Park, and it was coming up. We were coming up from this way, and we came up this way, and Devin remembers that tree, and I do too, because that's where it was standing. It was standing right over there, and then it went in. And the deer were on the road. It was back this way, and what happened was, the deer were standing in the road. The deer were standing in the road, and then I was like, "What are they staring at?" So I looked up the road a bit, and I saw the grayish. And then what happened was the deer were looking at me in the car, and then they looked away, and then they were gazing at something, like he just said. And it was like locked on it, and then he was looking at what they were looking at, and then I looked at him, and I was like, what in the heck is that? Then we both looked up there, and it was like about as high. No, dude, yeah, it was about as high as that lip or the tree going up. So that's about 7 foot. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mark this area so we remembered it, and then we're gonna just walk over in here over the bank a little bit, and then we're just gonna see if anything's going on. All right, so what I'm thinking, folks, is what it did is it came down. It came from this valley. There's a valley up in here, and I think it came up the hill here, and it came across here, and I think it was hunting a deer maybe, and the deer kicked out here, and then we came up, and the deer were in the front of the car. So what happened was all of this took place, you know, it was over here, and then it went this way. And I'm going to mark it with one of my orange things here. Just to leave it here. See now, look at this. Look at that up there. I think that Bigfoot came across here, came down and through here in this open area, and went down that way. That's where it went last year, because that's all open, is what what Devin said. And it does look rather open.
You come to it so you can get something to eat.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we got that marked. We marked that where that was at. So maybe this year sometime, this summer, we'll come back up and check it out. But now we're gonna head down in this other area here and see if there's any other activity down there. But I wanted to mark that back there and try to verify our exact location. So that's all marked. So next time we come up, we'll go over there. So the gnats are really bad over here. Gnats are very bad. So we're gonna go over here. We're at this another spot here. We're gonna go over here and check out some of these tree things here, and also look for tracks. Woohoo! Okay, we're just looking at this, like, how did that get there like that? How it's so threaded, you know? So look at this.
how so perfect, ladies and gentlemen, that this is threaded straight down in through here like that. Just threaded. You know what I mean? So this is a good find. Like, how would this happen? Well, let's look at it a little bit here in detail. Okay, this here, this here, this here. So say it fell down in here, which is really not probable. I mean, it's, how the heck would it, you know, perfectly this is so perfectly threaded in through here. Even if it came from this tree or that tree, even if that fell this way, it wouldn't perfectly come down into here like this and then just like thread and stop right in here. So nature, I don't really think so. In my opinion, I don't really think nature itself, because it's so perfectly, you know what I mean? But Bigfoot, now my case with Bigfoot would be that he was down here and it shoved it up. He picked it up and then shoved it up in there as a it could be a directional, like a direction for other squatches to see, because I mean this is a wide open area and you could just see a whole family of Bigfoots in here because there's no canopy. Like, there's no canopy, they can roam around in this area. So it could be a far off saying that there's a road over here. It could say that there's a road. It could say there's a lot of different things. So I think this is a marking, a possible marking for a Bigfoot. I'm about 90% sure. Really possible Bigfoot. The other percent, nature. That's the other percent. But I don't see nature breaking off a branch and shoving it down in there like that perfect. From the top down. I mean, I think that this was shoved up in and then placed here like that. And then shoved up in and then placed here. And then it bent around, and this is some pretty cool stuff. That was definitely a good find from Devin. So we're going to be working our way further down to check a couple other areas out, and definitely a good find. So what do you think? I mean, what's the percentage that you give it? About the same, or a little bit more, or less, or?
Probably about the same. Because if you're looking at it, there's no real way that could occasion.
Exactly.
And the way, if it were to fall, it would have broke the branch right there, clear off. Like, because the pressure of it hitting together would have ripped it or broke it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. It's very interesting, folks. So we're going to move on to the next spot. Okay, folks, so we're at this other area down in the Allegheny State Park area here. And we're going to be looking at this, how this is all structured, the way these trees are bent over and stuff like this. Now, this is a horse trail, I believe they use for horses, taking horses up and down through here. So we're going to check this out. So is this here? This looks like it fell. Yeah, that fell. You can see this here bent over. Now this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, this is happening in Bradford itself. The same thing. The area that we're at. Look at this, how this is domed over like this, bent over like that. Now, a Bigfoot, I vouch for it, because, and this is the reason why I vouch for a Bigfoot. I'm going to show you right now. I just found right here. See this split going right up into the middle of this tree? That means that this tree has been forcefully pulled that way. Okay, it's been forcefully pulled this way. So that's almost like taking a tree and doing the same thing yourself and bending it over. And that's how this is done here. The same way with this one. Now heavy snow load can do this and stuff like this, but this is all really odd itself. But that has been forcefully pulled over. This one here, I don't know. It doesn't really look it. Looks more of like a weather. So I get that about a 90% or about 95% chance that that's a squatch. And the same here, about 95.
For stuff like this, if you see all the weaving and stuff in there, that's more of a chance of that being a big.
Oh yeah, all this weaved up in here.
Because a human can't reach that far.
Yeah, human can't. Yeah, exactly. How this is put up there. See, that's placed up here, this tree here. See that?
There's a lot of bent over stuff back.
And yeah, and then all of this.
Marker that they're getting to a trail or something.
Mm-hmm.
In the road.
The reason why I say 95% because the other percentage is weather. You know, but this looks pretty squatchy. Alright folks, look at all these trees bent over up here. That's crazy. Dude. That looks like a Bigfoot print right here. Right here where it goes down like this and around. I don't see no toes, yeah, like that here. Alright folks, see these prints here? We believe that these possibly could be Bigfoot, but we don't know for sure. This is the end of it, coming up and around like that. Could be human. Nothing definitive. This one here looks like a print too, right here. It appears to be. But this is nuts. Look at this. Now, I think, honestly, I'm going to give about 90%. About 80%. I don't know. It looks about 90% weather. I mean, it does. This does. Because see how they're rooted up? So a big gust of wind coming through this area just pushes these over. But it kind of doesn't make sense about this. And it doesn't make sense. You know, these are all pushed over. You know, and these are bent over. You know, this is odd. It's odd. And then that one right there is broken. Right here. Pushed over. And then these trees are all bent this way. Those look like toes. Oh yeah. I think we got ourselves a Bigfoot print. Right here. I think we got ourselves a possible Bigfoot print here, guys. And the reason why I'm saying that is because right there is a toe. And then there's indents of other toes right here. But then again, there's a curvature, which could be characterized as a boot. Okay, we found a possible Bigfoot print. Juvenile print. Yeah, of the toes. Yeah. Mid-tarsal break. Yeah, I don't see any other tracks going this way. So this is possibly a, I don't know, this is my print here. It's my print there, and then that's that print there. Alright, see if it's an actual size that, you know, yep, 13. The normal 13. The normal 13-inch print, folks. Yep, 1 foot, 13 inches. So that maybe. Just wish there was more definition. It sucks. There's just not a lot of definition, dude. It just sucks. Hey, your flashlight's on, bro. And your back. Look at this, folks. Let's check this out. This has been sawed, that end. Probably because that was over. But look at that bend up there. And how this bends right over like that. That's insane. Like, what the heck could do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bend it down in there. So seriously, folks, I mean, this is stuff that I don't know. It could be weather, and it could be squatch. This is just odd how that's like that, okay?
If you look at that, that's that weird weed.
What was that? See how all that's weave, folks? This is what we're calling first act squatchy activity. Now, let's think of nature over there. That's uprooted because of wind. Was it wind that pushed it over? Who knows? You know, this comes over, this falls this way, boom, it grabs this tree and it pushes them down like that. But does it thread them like that? You understand what I'm saying? Like nature, I mean, nature does some funny things, okay? But this is threaded. This is all weaved up and threaded around. This is some wild stuff. This is some interesting stuff, for sure. Yeah, if you can stand over there, I'll take a picture of that area. All of that there. And then that up there. Okay, so this area. Okay, this has been over like that. Weather related? I do not think so. I think that's weight. That is weight produced on this side. So the tree coming up here, the weight was produced, the pole, and it broke apart in the middle. And that was not rotted. So that, whatever was standing really tall, pulled that down and broke that from that point. So whatever was higher than that up, pulled that over and broke that. That's odd. So very interesting place. This is very interesting. But I mean, we're not going to be able to put a lot of cameras or anything on here because of this is a trail for horses, horseback. So what we're going to be probably doing is just monitoring the area off and on. So it's a new place to monitor during the day, for sure. We're going to see if it progresses or it doesn't progress. And it basically goes all the way up and through here into that valley. It looks like there's a big valley going back in there. And it's a good squatch valley because you can see there's like a hill over here and a hill over here. But it is squatchy because of what I'm getting from it is not really the tracks, okay, because I kind of think that was human. I really do. I kind of think it was human track because there is other boot prints heading up into this area, not just ours. And But these here, these bendovers, just like up behind the area that we go in Bradford, it's not, you know what I mean? I can't put my finger on it that it is 100%. Should just say 50-50. That's a better thing. See, because that there is a boot, and that's heading this way. So, but this other stuff, this tree structure, or the tree bends over and stuff, not all of it's weather. Not all of it's weather. Alright, folks. Devin did it again. He struck gold. Okay, folks. Devin, explain to them, buddy.
Tree. It's falling this way, but this part of the tree goes back across the trail or something.
That's weird. And it's the same tree.
You see all that weirdness going on.
What in the world? So this comes up through here.
Yeah, it fell that way. You can see how everything's affected that way. For the most part.
Okay.
But something picked it up and threw it over this way. You can see how it was ripped.
Oh yeah.
Like right there. There, something forced it to go that way.
Is that hair? Right here. Oh, that's part of the leaf.
You can see where something picked it up and just ripped it. And it was like, we're going to go that way. Another way of splintering is, if it was just basic, you fall over that way, it wouldn't be splintered that.
No.
It looks like something picked it up and then forced it to bend this way. By the way, that's broke right here. How that's all peeled.
Oh yeah. So something forced it. It must have been going out that way, and then something grabbed it and bent it and broke it this way.
Yeah.
Any freaking tracks? So this here. That's odd. Yeah, probably not gonna find anything now. But look at, something was eating these plants here. The balls of them over here, digging them up. See, digging them up here. That looks like a BIGFOOT print right there. Look at that. Look at that. See how it goes around? See how that's a big... I don't think it is though.
That's a deer.
It just the outline. That's why you got, everybody has to watch out, because this outline looks almost like a footprint itself, and that looks like a big toe. Those look like other toes. But see, even if I wanted to cast this, a deer went right in the middle of it, so it literally messed up this, whatever this is. See, that is a deer print right there, so it messed that all up. I'm just going to say possible track. I'm not going to say a track itself, but I want to see what the dimension is of it. And if it's 13 inches, then we got another one. Then we have something. So let me go to the 13 inches. Another 13-inch print. That's 13 inches, dude, right there. That's crazy. This one's wider though. That's a print of something. Dude, I don't know, man. That's a big toe right there. It looks like a big toe right there. There's a deer print here, right here, but that looks like a big toe coming up. It just does. You understand? You know what I mean? Of course the dimension's not there. You know what I mean? Yeah, right there. Oh, it comes up. And then the... Yeah. And I can't tell here because of that deer. So it screwed it up. I can't even cast it. Area here though, I give it about 50-50, you know. And I also give the other areas about the same.
Yeah, about the same. You can't really tell much thirst impressions. It's giving a couple thirst impressions.
Yeah.
So you know.
But what I'm putting it up against is the activity that's happening behind frets or the radio station, and then seeing the same things that happen up there, like all these drapings. Yeah. That's why, folks. So why one way? Why don't the trees go another way across? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of questions about these areas. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna head out, we're gonna check this other area out, and then we'll do a final debate on everything, and then talk to everybody later. Okay, so folks, we're in an area right now that we had some really crazy activity last year, and Devin will explain it.
Last year we were rained out most of the year, and Jason and me were driving down through there. I'm like, pull over there, pull over, I got a good idea. And so we pulled over and we just started walking around on the other side, just doing woos and hitting trees and stuff. And then we heard a woo reply, and then we started getting this feeling something was watching us. So we came back over here and started looking through the night vision of the thermal. And Jason started seeing these 3 silhouettes walking around over on that side, and I just took off running towards them. And Jason's like, wait up. I'm like, are they still there? They're still there. Come on, we need to see it. We need to see it.
Yeah, so that was a crazy moment, folks. So what we're doing right now is I'm just showing you guys this area, this location right here where we're at, and then we're going to be heading out back home. And I'm going through all the videos and seeing what activity we got. So this is the spot, though. We're going to be coming back here this year. Probably next month, probably.
Yeah. It was about late June, early July. When we stopped here the first time.
Heck yeah, man. This is it. Woo! But that was a true story that he said, and it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy that happened. So, thank you for joining us. It's 8 o'clock. We're done for the day, and these are daytime. These are going to be daytime investigations until we do nighttime ones, and then we'll see what happens in the next video. But this is a new series that we're doing, video series called Evidence of Bigfoot. And what we're doing is we're stripping away absolutely all kinds of positivity or possibilities of if it's Bigfoot, if it's not. And we're trying to finalize it. So what do you think about tonight? Was everything Bigfoot, or wasn't it not? Or are you 50-50?
It was probably a 50-50 mix. There's a lot of stuff that pointed towards you and a lot of stuff that didn't point towards you. You just had to really look to understand what you were looking for.
Yep. So that's it, folks. Me the same, 50-50. So until we see you again, later.